Could blame her. Nicholas Boot reporting there. Now, there used to be a time when families would sit around the dinner table every night and have a good old chinwag, pretty much discussing life in general. But how times have changed, as Laura Sparks reports.
There is a feeling that we are too busy. There's a feeling that we're always doing too much.
They're hesitant now to use moral language or set limits or boundaries, and the result is chaos.
Family time, it's almost non-existent today. Both parents work, children go to after-school activities, and there's still a household to run. How do the good old-fashioned social standards of right and wrong, good and bad, get passed down when we can't even sit down to eat dinner together?
Usually work from 9 hours a day, so that and my husband usually works about 11 hours a day, so it is quite a big day for everybody.
Christine and Peter Konstopoulos both work full-time to afford private schooling for their children. They find it difficult to coordinate dinner as a family gathering. Christine gets home from work first and has dinner with the children, while Peter eats much later. Weekends are their family time.
I can't say that I'm happy, but that's where we are at the moment.
But this family is now the norm. Latest research shows today's Australian family has little time for each other.
They talk about a rushed home where everybody is in and out and doing different things, and there's seldom time, perhaps once a week, for all of them to sit down together and enjoy each other.
How does that compare against this script there?
Social researcher Nia Korn from Heartbeat Trends worked on the latest survey about family life. He found, on average, a family only sits at the dinner table for 7 to 15 minutes a night, and that's only 2 nights a week.
And the conversation tends to be more practical than emotional. So I think there's a disconnect between the way people perceive the family dinner and its importance to the household and its real role.
Adolescent psychologist Dr Michael Carr-Gregg believes our falling standards are partly the result of chaotic family life, where communication is at an all-time low.
Very, very few families now spend time around the dining room table with the TV off. It's very important because that's where you can debrief kids about what's gone on in the day, and it's an opportunity to share wisdom.
He sees the family unit disintegrating with poor access to the older generation. This generation's parents are doing it alone and failing miserably, using the television as the gathering point rather than the traditional meeting place, the dinner table.
You can't parent by mobile phone, which is what a lot of parents are now being reduced to. That's why we see a decline in manners.
Well, our priority is to our children and to our marriage.
Don't touch this, Thomas, because it's hot, okay?
Jackie and Peter Sloan realised how important it is to have time around the dinner table without the TV blaring.
Children need to have that bonding experience with their parents. Ready?
Off you go.
Go.
Peter recently switched jobs so he could work just 5 minutes from home. Jackie has given up work while her children are young. They forego the material things for family time.
It's good to keep our life simple, and so we try to keep it simple because if you take on all these financial pressures all the time, it just complicates things.
So what's the advice for Australian families struggling to work and spend time together?
I'd say reorganise your life. If it means you have to sell your house up and buy something smaller.
Make sure their children feel 3 things: safe, valued and listened to.
Yes, good advice. Laura Sparks with that report. Now to Peter Foster.